Alright, so here I am. I'm on the Waterloo-Pinckney Trail. I technically started in reverse on the Pinckney end. I started at Half Moon Lake. I'm staying at Blind Lake Campsite tonight, so I've got about 7 hours, or well, hopefully not 7 hours, but 7 miles ahead of me. So we'll see how it goes. Made it to camp. Oh! Did I get that on camera? Oh my god. Okay. Always a bit of a learning curve setting up your tent for the first time after not using it for a few months, you know, no matter how many times you've done it. Gotta grab that, leave no trace. Okay, made it to camp a lot faster than I thought I would. I think I did. I know it was supposed to be 7 miles. I didn't start tracking it until towards the end because, of course, I didn't download the app. And of course I didn't download it until right before I set off on the trail, and I didn't have great service, so it wasn't downloading, and I didn't check to see if it had finished downloading until right towards the end. So I only tracked the last like 1.5 miles or so. Today was my second shortest day, so tomorrow will be my shortest day if I did 7 miles today. Tomorrow I'm supposed to do 6 miles, I believe. So we're just gonna hang out, having some coffee. I'll have some dinner in a bit. It felt too early to have dinner right now. That's what's for dinner. It's a little bit early, about 5 o'clock, but oh well. Here. A little soupy, but not bad. almost forgot the peanuts. Damn, that's a little spicy. It'll do. I definitely should have put more water in that oatmeal. It was very dry. But anyway, good morning. So I'm looking at my map here. I thought I did 7 miles yesterday, or I was supposed to, but it didn't feel like 7 miles because I finished way faster than I thought I would. Where I was supposed to start at Silver Lake to make it 7 miles was closed. So I had to start at Half Moon Lake. So I'm not entirely sure where I got on trail, but that's roughly where I started. Here's where I ended. So today is a 6 mile day. That should be for certain. I'm starting at mile marker 29. And I'm going to end up here at mile marker 23 roughly. I'm going over into Waterloo recreation area today to continue the trail. Here we go. Honey stick straight to the head. All right, we're at camp. What's on the menu tonight? fettuccine Alfredo chicken. That's actually pretty good. So I'm still trying to solve the mystery of how many miles I did yesterday. Today I tracked my whole hike, and I did, because I got lost, I ended up doing a little over 8 miles. It was supposed to be less than that, but regardless, I did 8 miles in about 3 hours. And yesterday, I don't know how many miles I did because I didn't track my route, but I know that it took me from the start to the campsite last night, it took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I was supposed to do 7 miles on day 1, and that kind of would track. But good morning from day 3. I'm up. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm coming up on the trailhead, I think. 11 miles today, give or take. So let's do it. You know, I love doing this. I love being outside. I love sleeping outside. I love nature and the wilderness, and that's why I do this. Dropped my camera and it started filming. Found a bench, so taking this opportunity to take a little break. I'm playing around with the idea of maybe finishing the trail today and just hiking all the way to the end where my car is parked, rather than what my plan was, which was to camp tonight and then hike the last 10 miles or so tomorrow to finish the trail. Having a snack. I forgot to mention, but today's actually my birthday. Hello. Nice place to stop and take a break, but so many benches in this area. They're hard to resist. So, make sure I'm going the right way. So the part of the trail that I'm on now is also an equestrian trail. So I'm noticing a lot of horse poop on the trail. Okay. So I made it to camp. That was a super tough hike. A lot of hills. It was just exhausting. I was kind of an autopilot for the last few miles, but I made good time getting here. I'm still debating if I'm even gonna stay here tonight or if I want to, which just sounds impossible, but if I want to hike the 10 or so miles to the end of the trail and leave tonight. It's super windy. and that made the whole trail a little spooky when you're walking and you can hear the trees, you know, creaking above you. Listen to that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna chill out for a bit, rest, see how I feel, and maybe an hour or so, see if I feel up to hiking out of here, or if I just want to hunker down for the night. All right, I made the decision. I'm going to hike out tonight. Well, today, right now. So I'm gonna head out. So I've got about 10 miles to do. So it's gonna be tough. I'm fired up right now because I made a decision, but I might regret it in about a mile, maybe less. Let's see how it goes. Check out this wind. I'm a little bit sad to be leaving, mostly to not be camping tonight. But I'm still going to be finishing the trail, so I can still say, you know, I hiked the Waterloo-Pinckney Trail. Well, shortly after I saw that beautiful little creek, I started to feel like I wasn't on the right trail. So, looked at the map, and it turned out that I had gone in the wrong direction at one point. See that? Alternative dry bypass recommended. Hopefully I don't regret not taking that. Well, I'm back on trail, on the regular trail. Made it through the bypass. I see mile marker 9, which means I have 9 miles left to go. So unless anything really interesting happens in the next 9 miles, I'm just gonna power through this. Oh my God, I am so happy to see you. Oh my God, I made it. Oh my God, that was extremely difficult. 24 and a quarter miles is how much I did today. And that's insane for me. But I think ultimately I made the right choice. I wish it hadn't gone down like that, but it was super windy even when I was hiking out. Super windy, the trees were going nuts. I wouldn't have felt comfortable sleeping out there under the trees like that. But it was the right choice.